Oh, we have audio. We have audio. We're bringing up the team. Team, say hello.
Hello, team.
All right.
Yeah. Hello.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let me bring my audio down just a little bit. But yes, Memes here, and I am joined this evening by Mr. Cub as well as Mr. MC, and we're going to be discussing the finer points of Starship Troopers because apparently there's also a book along with the movie. So, gentlemen, you do seem to have opposing takes. MC, in your mind, you tend to feel the book is better, correct?
Yeah, the book is obviously far
What?
better.
Okay, and Cub,
Hey,
Cub,
hey,
I
what?
sense some disagreement. Do you
Uh,
disagree?
no, MC, I thought you liked the movie better than the book.
No, are you kidding me? You gotta be you're joking around here. There's no way that you can sit up there and say that the movie was better than the book.
So,
Yeah,
so,
one
so,
second. You are comparing a masterpiece like the movie with a piece of shit like the book, or what?
Wait, excuse me. Did you call that piece of freaking left-wing garbage? All right, that little screed a masterpiece?
Yeah.
Say that.
Yes, yes. This movie works on different levels and on different layers. Where
Right.
the
First of all,
book,
the most
the book,
laughable thing
fir-
was Doogie
first,
Howser as a Colonel Nazi. I mean, I about fell out of my chair.
wait, I thought he
yeah,
was a
yeah.
doctor.
No, no, it was intentional. Every choice in the movie was intentional because this book adaptation is something really special. You can't compare this book adaptation to any other adaptation ever made, because Paul Verhoeven and his team they weren't fans of the book, obviously, because
Right. So they decided
but no,
to
no,
noom it
because
and then shit all over the concepts. All right, and
no,
ignore the concepts in the book so they could
no,
rewrite their little leftist screed.
no, nothing like that. Okay, okay. Let's uh, let's talk a little bit about the book, okay?
Sure.
So what is the story of the book? MC, it's now your turn. Tell me, what is the book about?
Story, all right, is about a young man who in an age of war with the world, all right, under attack.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what are the conditions in this society? Because of course the military aspect is that is just a small aspect in this world. What is this society about? How
What
can
do you
you
mean
get
that the
success
military is a the military is a small bit? No, the military is a large bit because it's the only thing defending the earth.
it's the only thing that seems to matter.
Of course, because at that point in
Of
time,
course,
there
but
is
life is
in
not
the
about military. Life is about life. So
okay, but you can't have life in this case. In the world that was created around this, you don't have a life on Earth without the military defending it. It has to be the core principle
yeah,
at that point in time.
but even with this concept, so we don't have any democracy anymore because the
No, you
military
do have democracy, but it's a limited
really
democracy, just like
limited
you have.
democracy.
Yes, you have a limited democracy. Have you studied
Is
history?
this like limited freedom of speech?
Have you studied history? Throughout
No.
history, you have limited democracies. All right, especially in the Greek city states. Yes, there were people that were putting popcorn up there. Look at this jerk; he's enjoying this. I think we're just entertainment for memes. That's our primary purpose here.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about a different type of society, a different society. Yes, it's a limited democracy. It's a society that everyone can participate in all right, given a certain
okay,
set of structure and rules.
give me let's that people get a little bit to know the book. Okay, so if you want to vote in this society from Heinlein's book from Starship
Yes.
Troopers, what do you have to do that you are allowed to
You
vote?
have to be willing to sacrifice for the
You
society
have
by
to
joining the military.
you have to join the military.
I believe
You
the
have, in
phrase
other words,
is
you have to be willing
service
to
guarantees
sacrifice.
citizenship.
Yeah, service guarantees citizenship. So okay, so but what is if you want to have a child? If you want to, if a woman wants to get pregnant and have a child, so she also has to make service or not?
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she does.
No, she doesn't. In fact, if you take a
What?
look, no. In fact, the main character's parents, neither one of them were quote unquote citizens, and in fact, his father, all right, didn't want his son to be a citizen, to go and become a citizen. Now, what does he do? He, of course, is chasing a skirt and chases her right into the military. Smartest he is.
No.
No, that's exactly what he does.
No, now you're confusing the movie with the book. Because
No, I'm not confusing the movie with the book.
That's in the movie. In the movie, the father doesn't want his son to go
in the
to the
book,
military.
the father doesn't want the son joining it.
Wait a second. Is it possible that certain aspects of the book and the movie might be the same?
Yeah, but it's not completely the same because the thing why I like the movie so much is because the movie also fills the blanks which leaves the book leaves. Because in the book,
it leaves major holes and tries to paper them over by freaking changing all dynamics of the book.
MC,
right?
MC, you didn't like
book. MC. The book has no dynamic whatsoever.
Oh, you are completely wrong.
The book starts after I think you have to read half of the book till it even starts the story, because the first half is just a boring. No, it's just a boring.
No. It's not boring. It's called setup. Background.
Really?
And if you bother to sit up there and understand and read it read that background, you would understand aspects of that society.
You need half of a book, a setup that somebody joins the military and says, yes, sir, and it's okay, sir, and the whole time is a praise on the military.
You missed so much about what it's like in the military, all right, and what service requires.
Would it depend? MC, would actual military experience change one's view of the book and or movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably to a large extent.
Yeah, because I know some military read just one book, and it's this stupid book, and they try to defend it the whole time.
See, so let me ask you a question. Do you have military experience?
Of course not.
And you'll never understand the book.
Yeah.
Because you don't understand what you're what it was referencing, all right? Because you don't live in that age.
Yeah, MC. If I
when Heinlein wrote this
why
book,
should
he was coming after.
MC,
why should you?
MC, if
take into account the reference of which
author
was trying to go across.
MC, I want to be responsible for everything I'm doing. I don't join the military, then I can kill some people and say, "Oh no, I just had orders. I'm not responsible for the awful things I've done." That's the reason why I don't join the military.
First of all, there's a problem with that. Okay, and that is what you think of is awful.
Yeah,
that's where because there are times when somebody has to do something unpleasant. something that you may not want to have to do.
No, there aren't.
Oh,
this is
yes,
an
yes, there
invention.
are.
This is
No way to defeat the Nazis, all right, by sitting on your hands.
Hey, first off, the Nazis are the creation of the U.S. Okay?
No, the Nazis are not the creation of the U.S. The
Yes,
Nazis
they
are
are.
the creation
They
of
were
the
supported from the Wall Street. Hitler has
Oh,
had no.
I'm sorry.
Had no
There was
sense.
trade.
Hitler had
There was trade
no.
that was
Hitler
going
had.
on. Now, hold
Hitler
on
had,
here.
had,
You
had
said that
no
they're the ones
sense.
that created the Nazis. You are out of your rabbit-ass mind. If you want to go back to what was going on in the Weimar Republic,
He had
I'll
no
discuss
cent.
that.
He had no cent in his pockets, and he was supported from the Wall Street. So he was a creation from the
No, I'm
U.S.
sorry, but
okay?
he didn't have while he didn't have quote unquote cent in his pockets, what he did have, all right, was the power to bully, all right, the industrialists like Krupp throughout Germany.
Yeah, with the help of the U.S.
No, not with the help of the U.S. on his
But the
own.
U.S. sent. But the
In fact-
U.S. had contractions with him before he started the war. They had
What
even
contract?
sent
No,
him
no, no.
weapons
Okay,
and
whoa,
so
whoa, whoa,
on.
whoa. Stop right there. Before he had contracts before the war. He had contracts in France. He had contracts in Great Britain. Yet somehow you missed that. Somehow it's the United States' fault, right? The United States created him. Are you out of your mind?
But wasn't he something that came out of post-World War II Germany when it took an entire wheelbarrow full of money to try to get a loaf of bread, kind of like in Venezuela?
The situation with the Weimar Republic and the Weimar Republic's the problems with the Weimar Republic. A lot of that does go down to the Treaty of Versailles.
Yeah, but are we talking here about World War II or are we talking about Starship Troopers?
We're talking about okay. You got to understand something about
we crossed over into reality.
The reason we were talking about World War II, all right, is because Starship Troopers was written just following World War II.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's,
the authors. This is what I was trying. This is what I was trying to understand. All right, the mindset of the author when he was writing this is critical to understanding how he was writing this.
Yeah, but Heinlein. We talked about Heinlein before the stream, and you know my opinion on Heinlein. I think he sees the world in black and white. He has no differentiation world view. And
I disagree with you. I think
it clearly shows in his novels. I've read two. Okay, I've read two novels. I've read Starship Troopers and Puppet Masters, and both novels show a clearly black and white depiction of what is going on. For example, Puppet Masters.
I disagree with you, especially when you're talking about Starship Troopers.
No, Starship Troopers is not even black and white. It's just black.
it's hardly just black. Okay.
It's not even black. It's
hardly just black. I wouldn't come back and make that kind of a comment. It's not true.
No. But MC, for a second, I just want to say that before you get offended and leave the stream, it's a real honor that I can talk to somebody who really knows what he's talking about. That's
all right. No. First of all, memes will tell you it takes a lot for me to get angry to the point where I hold a grudge.
Cub, I must get this out. Let me put it this way: you're speaking with the same individual that offended a candidate for Senator Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat so badly that he just left the stream because he denied certain things were occurring.
No,
I didn't deny that they were occurring. I was like, "What's the point?"
Well, you pissed off a dude that, according to Wikipedia, was running as a neo-Nazi.
No, I just want to say this now in the mood where we are still friends, and as I said,
we will be friends after this as well. The heat of the discussions are not going to end a friendship. Don't worry about that.
Wait, but I thought that's what the internet was.
Just go back and listen.
No,
Take
as
a
I said,
look at my discussions with Cabbage.
I just wanted to say it's for me a great honor to speak to somebody who really knows what he's talking about, even if he's completely wrong on this subject. But
What do you mean I'm completely wrong on this subject? I'm not completely wrong. I'm completely right about the subject.
no.
I'm
When it
so
comes
glad
to
I put this together.
when it comes to Heinlein, really you have to read Puppet Masters just to see how he takes such an easy path. I just made the review on Body Snatchers to praise Heinlein because I trashed him in Starship Troopers, and I thought, no, you can't trash an author. That's not okay. You have to redeem him anyway.
Because you haven't even talked about things that were not part of the movie. All right. In certain comparisons here. All right. We'll talk about a number of things that you're not talking that is kind of hinted at, but not really well done.
Shall we start from the beginning?
Okay.
We got to chasing a skirt. That is what I remember hearing. Okay. Yes. Was said skirt ever? Was that? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember the movie. My metaphor is failing. Continue.
MC, I would say we continue ignoring memes and continue with Starship.
Memes is just getting in the way. Let's just avoid memes for the moment. I would agree with you. Okay, let's talk about starting from the beginning, which he had a good point there. We'll give memes credit for that, even though we're taking over his show and he can sit on the sideline and eat his popcorn.
We give him credit on
the first thing that you run into is what they're doing with their scores and what they can be qualified for. And what was he trying to do? He was trying to get qualified, all right, this in the book, all right, for the same thing that his quote-unquote girlfriend was qualified for. She was qualified for the space service. His scores were not good enough for the space service.
That's the movie.
When he found that out, he was despondent.
That's the movie, because in the book, his girlfriend doesn't join the army.
I'm sorry, but in the book, his girlfriend does join the Space Force.
1 second.
In the book, he actually runs into her later during a time frame when he's trying to escape a planet, and they break protocol, all right, when they're trying to go back, something that's never shown in the movie.
1 second. In the book, he joins the army, and the relationship he has is with a girlfriend that doesn't join the army.
No, she doesn't. She joins the Space Forces. Joins the military, but a different branch of the military.
But she's not okay. But I don't remember it like she was a soldier or something like that.
She was an officer, all right, in the Space Force. Trained. The movie does actually carry that from the book. Yes. We see your stupid icon. I'm going to ignore it though. Important to the stream.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's that's his little dragonkin. He's a scaly.
Yeah, because the dragon fits memes so well because he's such a dragon. Oh my god.
It's a dragon.
You guys continue with your discussion.
He's right in that it's the dragon that goes.
Memes. I have something that would fit your here symbol much better. Something like a turtle or a snail.
I did have a turtle on some of my propaganda.
You want to know what the best thing for
it was
memes?
Actually a tortoise.
Memes would be like a baby fur seal looking up as the club's coming in.
They have such adorable eyes.
That's memes.
You guys continue your discussion. I realize this is a discussion between A and B. I'll see my way out for a while. Continue.
No, but okay. The things in the book, when they say something about the people that don't agree with the system, how did the book handle that?
The books handled it very simply. If you don't agree
Yeah.
with the system, then you better be willing to sacrifice for the system.
Sacrifice? Oh,
If
one
you want,
second. One
yes,
second.
if
There are
you're
some
not willing to hold on a second, if you don't
No.
willing to put yourself out there, if all you want to do is take,
They make
system is
fun.
there.
They,
If you
they,
don't like the system,
no.
if you don't like the
Heinlein,
system, all right,
Heinlein,
you can join the military, and then when you get out, you can sit up there and vote, and you'll have a voting
Hey.
stake in it.
Heinlein
Right?
makes let one of the characters make fun of the people that don't agree with the system and gets executed because of that.
Oh, who are you talking about? Where was that in the book? In
Where
fact,
was
that
that?
you can
When they
you
had
can-
the picnic, when he had the picnic with his girlfriend, and they were talking about these people that are resisting or whatever, and got caught and
oh
got
yeah, because
also,
they were resist. Yes. But these are not just people that are resisting the system. These are people that have decided they wanted to be in rebellion.
Yeah.
No, they want to have their cake and eat it too.
No.
That's what Pineline was pointing out.
No.
Yes, they don't want
We
to
don't
actually
know that.
risk
No.
anything. No, we do know that. Okay,
MC
because that is exactly how it's
No.
described. That
No.
these people
MC
were people that could just as easily, in
No.
order to become a citizen, what does
No.
it take? You just
No.
have to join the military, and then you have to you can leave.
No.
Military.
That's not how it's described in the book. In the
That
book
is how it's described in the book. I don't. You're inventing things from the way, because you've got that overlay of the book from the movie. No, these aren't just people. And it's even proven later on, because later on in the book, who does Rico meet? At the very end of the book, who does Rico meet? You remember? He meets his father because his father has joined. He thought his father was dead, but his father's not. But he didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
And the reason he thought his father was dead was while he was in basic training, wiped out by a meteorite.
Yeah, but please, MC. This is a military world that is described there as the perfect world. And of course, military is just there to protect the normal world. It's not the perfect world. The perfect military world is the Third Reich. Okay?
No.
So this is a fascist.
No,
fascist book.
the military of the Third Reich is not the perfect military.
That's
Never has
exactly what Starship Troopers is about.
That's what the movie was
Third
about.
Reich.
That was what the movie was about, but that wasn't what the book was
No,
about.
the movie showed that. The movie
No, the movie
what
claims
the
that. There's a big difference between what the movie was trying to show and what the book was saying. The book's commentary was on society in general
it wasn't.
up to that point. Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah, no,
you just ignored that.
No, this is the point where we both have different views on this subject matter.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What
I say the movie described the book perfectly, and
in no way did the movie describe the book perfectly. It didn't describe the book at all.
Perfectly.
It didn't even come close to talking about the book.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let me give you a little snippet of something that was cut out of the book. All right, that they weren't going to show in the movie. Who's the first person who gets whipped? Who's the first person who gets that Rico sees gets whipped? Gets put up on the stocks and receives lashes. You remember that part of the book? What happened at that point? You even look at the dynamics that go on at that point between the officers. Okay, what happens is one of the soldiers, all right, going through a maneuver, they're told to get down.
Okay.
soldier, all right, jumps up, get back down, and he hits his officer. Now, initially, that officer attempts to try and not let it be happening, but that gentleman who says, "Yeah, I'm the one that hit him," then gets charged, he gets whipped, and he gets drummed out of the service as a result. Now, what happens after that? That officer is talking, all right, to the guy who got hit, and he said, "What happened? We're not supposed to let these kinds of things get to this point." Now, the reason he had jumped up was because where he was when he got told to get down happened to be where there were ants. Want to get back down there again because there were ants there. But when you're talking about a war situation where people's lives are on the line, somebody jumping up in that situation could get an entire group of people because of his actions. But that part wasn't even in the storyline, nor was the dialogue of the officers on why did you get hit? Why did you allow a soldier to hit you? It never should have come to that point. And the in this case it's an NCO. The NCO admits, I had forgotten. I had let it get in my mindset that he was one of the good ones that I didn't have to watch, so I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, MC. Yeah, let's talk for real. This.
Whoa! That wasn't real. That didn't happen in the book.
No. Let's talk for real. What is this book about? It's clearly a kind of promotion for the military.
No, it's not a promotion of the military. It's a promotion that the world, that society, all right, has to take a look at the world because there's evil out there in the world that
Which
you have
evil?
to struggle against.
No, what evil are you talking about? Bugs from outer space?
The bugs from outer space initiated the war.
Yeah, but which evil?
Unlike the movie,
no, which
specific.
evil are you talking? No, which evil are you
I'm
talking
about? The world has evil out there that you have to guard against.
Yes, the
and in
evil.
This case,
yes, the evil are the nations who are constantly attacking other smaller nations. That's
what was happening in the book? In the book, initiated the attack, didn't they?
Yeah, but
oh no! Not yet, but see the guys who did the movie didn't want to put that in there, did they? No, they didn't want to put that in there because they wanted to write a screen.
The book portrays the world as a kind of we need protection, so we have to have military have the say.
They're under attack. The
which, but nobody is attacking.
Bugs were attacking. The bugs had attacked outer colonies.
Yes, some bugs from out of space.
No. Not some bugs from outer space. Some bugs from outer space that had spaceships that also sit up there and had high technology to the point where they used a mass driver on a major city.
Yeah, I know. That's
also on the colonies of the humans.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense because these bugs.
What do you mean it doesn't make any sense?
These aliens, they didn't have any intelligence, so it.
No. Not in the movie. Supposedly they didn't have any intelligence. In the books, they sure as hell do, and in fact, they've got allies. One of which the flips.
Yeah, but was there a conversation with them in the book?
There is no conversation. There's attempts at conversations early on until the war begins, until they can capture the brain bug. They can't communicate with them. They want a direct communication with them, which was being denied all the way up to that point.
Yeah, but this.
Don't give me buts. You're making excuses.
No, this very blurry enemy, was perfect that the complete world could be militarized. And the thing is,
no. The world was under
the book.
threat.
No, the book. America
Crap.
is the only country that is making war with other countries, and
Oh, really? They're the only ones. So what was going on between Pakistan and India? All right, doesn't exist. What was going on in Africa? None of that exists. Right? It's only America. What's going on when China invaded Vietnam? Yeah, that was America too. All right, none of these other conflicts exist. I'm sorry, Chechnya didn't exist, huh? All these things are just America. No, it's not just America.
MC, how many wars is America now doing in this second, in this moment?
What do you mean by war?
I mean that they are in other countries.
We've been in other countries since World War II.
They are in so many
We've been
countries
there.
in this minute, but no country ever threatened the US, but the US.
Oh, I'm sorry, 9/11 didn't happen, right?
No
other
didn't.
country sit up there and try to put freaking nuclear missiles
9/11 was an inside job
on the batter. What?
Hey, 9/11 was made from the government itself.
No, it was not made from the freaking government.
It was controlled demolition.
No, it was not.
Clearly.
It was the 9/11 was an ideology strike. An ideology with a 12th century mentality.
Okay, which plane hit World Trade Center 7? Which plane from the planes that...
The buildings hit World Trade Center 7. It fell on top of it.
So the building collapsed just because the others also collapsed, or what?
Yes, it fell on top of it and burned.
Oh, really?
The wreckage fell on top of it.
Did you see even the footage? It collapsed like a controlled demolition.
In fact, one thing that you seem to not realize, because you've got it in your head. Tell me, who was in Building 7? Who was in Building 7? All right, when the World Trade Centers collapsed? Do you know? Do you know what Building 7 was?
Yeah, the CIA building. I know.
No, it was the command center.
Yeah.
It was the operation center, all right, for the police and the fire department, and the mayor of the city at that point was trying to coordinate rescue before it got fell on.
Yes, it was the operation center on which 9/11 was planned. Yeah, I know.
No, it was not the operation center. You have absolutely no proof of that. That's just nonsense.
Yeah, but can you tell me how could the collapse of World Trade Center 7 could be broadcast on BBC 20 minutes before it came down?
I mean, how could it be broadcast?
There were alleged reports before it happened that could have either been poor reporting.
There's no video of
There is a video. I can send you the video.
Show me the video where Building 7 collapses, all right, before the tower collapses. Because it doesn't exist.
Not before the tower collapses. The BBC.
Whoa. But then you got to deal with the fact that the towers fell on top of it.
Hey,
everyone's got this view that it was a perfect little thing.
MC. The BBC made a broadcast, said World Trade Center 7 also collapsed, and in the background it still wasn't collapsed. 20 minutes later, it collapsed.
Okay, because it was burning. There was a lot of rubble on it.
So they made a mistake. So they said it collapsed.
On it from the previous buildings falling on top of it. Just because it didn't go immediately afterwards, you're claiming that's evidence?
It collapsed, and it was in the background. You could see it in the background. It wasn't collapsed. 20 minutes.
Well, a number of floors already collapsed and pancaked on top of each other just from the impact.
No, nothing collapsed. They say.
No, the other Building 7. Where did you get your timeline? Building 7 did not collapse before the towers collapsed.
I didn't say that. I said.
All right, if that's the case, then when a lot of rubble lands on top of another building, you don't think it's going to make that building structurally unsound?
MC, after Building 1, after World Trade Center 1 and 2 collapsed, BBC made a report that Building 7 also collapsed, and you could see a reporter with Building 7
like Meme said,
in the background.
It hadn't fully collapsed, Parts of
Hey,
it had
it was
collapsed.
20 minutes before it collapsed. Okay.
Parts of it had collapsed because parts of the floor had been damaged when the rubble fell on top of it. Just because it didn't go completely down yet doesn't mean that the BBC reporting, well, this part partially collapsed too, or this collapsed too. That was them trying to breathlessly report what was going on.
Uh,
Because
are
we
you
know that
really what you're
reporters,
saying?
all right, would never are
No,
going
you
to be
really?
very specific.
No,
right?
MC, did you ever watched into this subject matter? Did you really
Yes,
believe
I
what you're
have
saying?
looked deeply into this subject matter. It affected
Deeply?
me a lot more
No.
than it affected you. I guarantee you.
MC, I can tell you, you haven't seen in it at all. Okay?
I can tell you that you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No.
If you think that a BBC report, all right, that shows quote unquote Building 7 in the background, first of all, when you say something like that, you don't even know what they're showing as a background because many of the people in the BBC may or may not have been actually on the ground. It could have been a blue screen or a green screen in the background with what they were showing from old footage. You don't even know that. Right? There's no
could have
evidence
also
that
been
it
stock
could have been.
footage. It could have
MC,
already been
you
circulated.
are
Hold
telling
on.
no, MC, you are telling me that that
We
an
got far
airplane
afield. Sorry, memes.
can crash into the ground and then dissolve into thin air. And
No,
you
it
can
did not dissolve into thin air.
you are telling me that an airplane can crash into a building and the building gets on fire and then dissolves into thin air.
Well,
What did you say dissolved into thin air?
Yeah, like World Trade Center 1 and 2, they dissolved into thin air.
They-
The-
It dissolved into thin
the
air?
rubbish.
Incorrect. They actually recovered the engines and a number of the things. To
Recovered the engines?
including
Are you joking? Where did they recover? Hey, they didn't recover anything. Just
you
the
are full of
passports.
shit because when they pulled that thing apart, they
Yeah.
found those things to include
Yeah,
the
they
black
found-
box.
Yeah, they found passports.
Oh,
Because
they did-
terrorists
there were
normally
passports.
take their passports with them. Everybody knows that.
why
I hate to
not?
tell you this, but people that are flying that early, all right,
Yeah.
coming from Boston at that point, many of those people probably are traveling international, and yes, they would be having their passports.
But they just found the
Cub,
ones
have
from
you
the
ever
terrorists.
Cub? Have you ever flown through Boston Logan
No,
International?
they have passports from the terrorists because that's their identification for getting on the plane.
Oh, that I'd say that's lazy writing.
Are we
It's-
talking about Starship Troopers or wait? What?
No, we're not, well,
Yeah, obviously.
Because this is supposed to be on my first book review stream. You guys were having a discussion, and I come back, and you're talking about going and rehashing 9/11 all over again.
Yeah.
I told you that your stream that you don't control it.
MC, I would say let's leave this subject matter as something we agree that we don't agree about.
Well, because you're living in a fantasy land because you want it to be true.
No, I think he lives in Germany. Oh,
Yeah, I
I
live
don't know.
in
Does that
Germany.
explain a lot?
Do you live in the northern part or the southern part? Just out of curiosity.
I'm living in the Palestinian part. I'm a Palestinian.
What's the Palestinian part? Is that where the Turks were as well?
No, it's my home here. I don't have anything to do with the other stupid Germans.
The reason I asked is because I was stationed in Germany for 6 years.
Oh, where were you?
Stationed in Augsburg.
What?
I was stationed in Augsburg.
Hamsberg?
Augsburg. A-U-G-S.
Augsburg. Augsburg.
Yes, Augsburg.
Oh yeah, Augsburg. Yeah, it's in the south, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
That's
in
why I
the
was
north. I'm at the Dutch border.
Okay.
So going back to Starship Troopers, MC within the movie, and again, I have not read the book, but I thought one of those training instances were highlighted when one of those individuals popped up and ended up getting shot in live fire, and then
That doesn't happen in the book at all.
Okay, do you think that they were trying to do that as a dramatic portrayal of something like that? About how somebody's actions or inactions
I
caused
think
the
that they
loss?
were. I think they were trying to sit up there and take a shot at the military by talking about how callous they are.
Yes,
But somebody wasn't
because
following orders, and that cost the life of a comrade.
Well,
yeah,
in this case, it wasn't not just that it wasn't following orders. One person was acting, all right, like a buffoon. The soldier was just acting like a buffoon. Shot the other soldier. It was far beyond. It wasn't anything like the book because he was taking a cheap shot at the military.
yeah,
How many minutes of airtime? Sorry, Cup. How many minutes of airtime do you think it would have taken to convey that scene within the book well?
The scene that I'm talking about.
Yes.
You probably could have done it in about maybe a 10 minute stand.
Okay.
first off, and when you
Maybe
want to
15.
betray
It depends on
when you want to portray the military, there are two ways. You can portray them as they really are, or you can be a sellout and portray them as the military likes to be
I
portrayed.
like how the fact that
Okay?
you think that you understand how the military is. All right.
Yeah, no,
Great.
a bunch of murderers. I know what the military is.
No,
Okay?
you don't know what the military is. You have no idea or
as I said.
understanding what the military is.
No, a bunch of murderers.
Do you think
who
your
can-
perspectives
No,
may
no,
have been
no,
not go on? Finish your
no,
thought.
if I want to kill somebody, I join the military. Then I can kill people without getting proceeded.
What are you talking about?
That's
That's
I'm
the
not,
reason
I'm
why-
not,
Any way, shape,
No,
or
that's
form.
no. That's the reason why people join the military.
I
to
No,
kill
it's
don't
not
think
why
that's
people join
the
the
major
military.
reason why a vast number do. I'm thinking that perhaps here we may be running into a cross intersect of two individuals with two completely different ancestral, historic, and geographic backgrounds, one including military experience and one not. And how
you
could
are
ever
talking-
people have other positions and thoughts in life? I don't know.
Yeah, memes. You are talking to somebody who wants to protect life, and somebody who thinks that killing people without being prosecuted and
I disagree.
without a judge is a good thing.
You don't know what you're talking about from the military. You've never been in the military, so your proclamations, right, are.
No,
not
I also
really
was
accurate.
never. No, I also was never in the mafia. So what?
So what? So you have no idea what the military even is.
No, the military and the mafia are two things I never will join
That's
because
up to you.
I don't like to kill people. Okay.
Nobody. There's very few people who enjoy killing people, and the vast majority of soldiers don't enjoy killing people.
Really? No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
the
so.
vast majority of soldiers are going out there for an entire different mindset because they understand there are concepts, all right, that are worth defending. And there are people
if
out
you,
there that are bad people, and somebody's got to stand the line. And I know one more thing: somebody to stand the line won't be you.
Oh, of course, I don't go to war to protect.
You don't go do anything.
Protect.
but
No,
sit
to protect
back
the
and
profits.
wait for
No,
somebody
to
to
protect
hand
the-
you things because
No.
you will never risk your life. Other people
Really?
have something different. Other people have a view.
No,
Their
I
lives
would
are not
protect.
the most important thing
No,
around.
I would defend my country, but
I don't
I'm
think
not,
that you would.
I'm not living in my country.
You don't have a country. If you say that you're a Palestinian.
Yeah.
That's very sad. Oh, and I actually have a
I
I have a public admission that I must make, MC. I cannot say that I've never joined the mafia because at one point many years ago I had joined the Gnomish Mafia. It was my first guild in World of Warcraft. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
So, books. How about brain bugs? Because I saw some folks mentioning it in the chat. I saw Flying Falcon and Vash. They were discussing the fine art of brain bugs. All I remember is finding a brain bug at the end of the movie, and him saying, "It's afraid." they're afraid, and people were all happy.
Yeah, that
Apparently,
was
so.
really funny.
Because what I took away from the movie was just a series of memes, really.
The movie has nothing like the bugs aren't anything like the book. Understand that.
Yeah.
The bugs in the book and the bugs in the movies are completely different creatures.
Yeah. And
Now there are a set of bugs that act like mindless killing drones. That part is somewhat accurate. All right, they are bred, but the vast majority of the bugs are somewhere in the middle. All right, and then you have the ones that control them, which are the brain bugs, but they're more of a collective mindset in that they're like a council. Think of them like a brain bug council. All right, that's making these kind of decisions. All right, whereas like the brain bug that they capture in the book, think of that person as if that person was a general. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the book, of course, the brain bugs and the bugs are not as massive. Okay, they're not huge creatures. Okay.
Yeah, and also in the book there are more alien enemies and not just the bugs.
There are also more alien allies, all right, that have fled the bugs to join the Earth.
Yeah, no, it's not the only. The bugs are not the only enemy in the book. In the movie, it seems like the bugs are the only threat out there.
Right, because they never introduced the long ones because they were the allies of the bugs that didn't like being under the bugs, and after war was brought to them, all right, they decided to switch alliances.
Okay, MC, I would like to plug something, if that's okay for you, because
plug something. I don't understand your reference.
I want to plug my Starship Troopers review I made a few years ago.
Oh, you want to plug? Yeah, no, go ahead.
No,
sorry.
I tell you that because I just wanted to send it to you personally, but I thought I can also put it in the chat that everybody is
put it
able.
Put it in the chat.
He's trying to plug his stuff, aka he's shelling right now. So
I know.
Go
but
for
when
it.
he said plug, I thought he said pluck.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
Language barrier, and to increase the language barrier, I'm gonna drag Vash in. Continue your thought, Cub.
Oh, it's just I'm very proud of this review because I had really problems to get to my point on this because I of course read the novel and I liked the movie and I didn't understand this whole concept of the movie first on. I didn't understand that it's a satire.
Well. Here's the thing, my man, and we'll let Vash pop in right after this. I let both you gentlemen know before we even started the stream, like, more or less the whole reason I went to go see the movie was just so I could see that scene with song number 2 from Blur, WooHOO, and to my disappointment, it actually wasn't in the movie.
No, it was just in the trailer, and I use it in my review. And that's the reason why my review got first time banned, because I used the song.
Warner Music Group for the lose. So, what's going on, Vash? How we doing, bud?
Not much, not much. I was just wanting to ask Cub, just quick couple questions.
Okay.
One, where in the book was it not military base?
Buenos Aires.
Where it was not military base? I don't understand.
Where it wasn't gravitating around the military functions. Where in the book was it not?
I remember the book like this guy, Johnny Rico, he joined the military in the beginning, and the whole time he was in the military till the end.
Okay. And what was the world that he was a part of? Because we're speaking on a galactic term because it's space.
Yeah, but space. It was just it was simply the world with a space threat. Okay, it wasn't space really. It was not really space. Heinlein, he also uses the same thing on with Puppet Masters.
Actually,
Where,
Heinlein was exploring the possible when he was created the bugs. All right, this is something that you're ignoring. Okay, when he created the bugs, was to demonstrate to people that all this nice little, well, we can just want to understand one another if we just talk to each other, that there are enemies out there, all right, that you can't talk to, and that if
yeah,
aliens are out there, for example, from the way that they're
yeah.
talking about aliens, they are just that, they are alien. You may not
Uh,
have a common point of reference with which
MC,
to communicate.
MC, if you want to make from an enemy something that people hates without asking if it's really right to fight them,
That's
you
that's
turn
the
them in,
that's
you turn them into animals or aliens or something like that. Of
no, you
course,
don't, not necessarily.
Heinlein is the master of shortcuts. Okay,
No, he's not
he
the
in his
master of shortcuts. In
yeah
fact, it was the whole you were already complaining that because the first half of the book was all about setup, and you're saying he took a shortcut?
yeah yeah he takes a shortcut
No,
because his setup is just the boring experience
it's
how
not
it is to join
boring.
the military.
Well,
Okay,
it was a scenic setup.
Not. It was not just that. It was an explanation of people within the
uh,
military. It was showing
yeah.
that the people in the
Yeah,
military
but what did they say? What did they say?
are just
Were
killer
there any
or
critical people?
murderer.
No, were there
Right?
any critical people in the military? No. It was just yes sir, no sir, thank you sir. That was all, okay? That was
That's what
his
you took
setup.
away from that. You are completely wrong. You missed all sorts of parts where they sit up there
Yeah.
and discuss things, including the fact that when Rico, all right, was saved when he was trying to escape and they were late, captain of the ship violated orders in order to bring them on board. So the idea that all they are is automatic mind-numb robots, all right, is defined in the book, but of course not in the movie.
So
Hey,
can I just
that
point out
that
that
did you
Heinlein?
hey MC, that was brilliant from you to put this in my mouth even if I didn't say that.
I'm
So
sorry.
so I just
What
have
were
to.
you exactly saying?
So I'm gonna conquer my stream for just 10 seconds here, but can I just point out that my initial looking at Heinlein, the author of said book, does he not look a little bit like Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter?
No, he
He
doesn't.
Voldemort with a nose job.
Okay,
That's
But
it's
thanks.
probably the bald
No,
head.
no memes. But
Carry
thanks
on.
that you put the picture in front of your
the
face,
picture.
so it's much better to watch on that than to watch the actual movie. Okay?
Oh, why? Thank you. I appreciate that.
But
I know you've been looking for this, but have you found the mute button so we could mute memes and fun? We figured out a way to mute memes yet? We gotta figure this out.
Memes. I'm going to grab another beer because I have the feeling I get sober, and that's not good for this discussion. Okay?
Well, while he's grabbing another beer, I'm gonna get some water. Vash, you carry the stream.
all right, all right. I have read this book. It was years ago, but I did read it. And from what I got from it, this was a military-based society. It was kind of revolving around the military. That's the reason why they set it up in the beginning for the military. And even in the movie, it shows that it was a military-based society. Because why? Because they were at war with something that outnumbered them around 5 to 10 to 1, I guess, because of how the bugs were able to breed and everything else. Now, you can get that context from watching the movie and reading the book, because it would be like if China had decided to declare war on America. because China heavily outpopulates us. We would have the draft. We would go back to the 40s where we would be rationing and everything else. We would be getting the people into the military. The propaganda would go back up, and we would actually be we would be putting all of our forces, all of our population into military, if not military jobs. Even if you're just a person that's serving food and in the military, you're
Oh my
still
God.
part of the military.
Oh my God. I just went for a few seconds to grab another beer, and I came back to 1984. My God.
Oh, was a good
That,
year.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is
One second. Who are you? Because nobody introduced us.
Oh, well, this is Vash. My apologies. I was pulling him in. He had some comments on the book. It's this is Vash, the Token Dargan. We've done the Double Dargan podcast previously, and hopefully
Oh.
in the future.
Hi, Wesh. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well.
Yeah,
Um,
and you are also such a military fan, or what?
I joined the military before.
Hey,
I
yeah.
was medically discharged before I could deploy. My
Okay.
brother was also a part of the military. My family, even though I disagree
Hey.
with some, I
Sorry
disagree
to
with
sorry
some.
sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. Really sorry. I can feel your pain, but I'm not somebody who is crazy about the military. I'm crazy on the military. I think there are
I wasn't crazy about the
bunch
military.
of gun crazy murderers, and I
No,
hate that
no,
from my
you
deepest
have
heart.
you have a huge misconception on that.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah, but you are in the U.S. military.
I
When,
was
when
U.S.
when was the
Army.
last time when you defended your country?
I was, as I said before, I was medically discharged, but
No,
my
when was the last time
MOS.
when
Hold
the
on, hold on.
U.S.
Let me
when
answer
the
the
U.S.
question,
get
please.
attacked from somebody? When did they
Let me answer the
ever?
question, please.
Okay.
My military background goes as far as basic training. My brother's military background was 2 tours in Iraq.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 tours where the U.S. attacked the Iraq.
The United States was attacked on 9/11.
Do
No,
you
it
know
wasn't.
why?
No,
Do you
it
know
wasn't.
why?
You are living in a fantasy
9/11
land. If you sit
9/11
up
is
there,
an inside job. Everybody knows.
9/11 is not an inside job. You got to be deranged to believe that.
So, quick poll: How many people in this chat believe that 9/11 was an inside job? Say aye.
One, if you believe 9/11 was an inside job. Two, if you believe that that it was attacked. Now,
Poor America gets attacked. Yeah, of course.
Oh no!
America,
Now you go from
America
the
is
fact that
attacking.
America
is
gets attacked. Well, isn't attacked. They just made it all
Yeah.
up, and then
Poor
but
America
it's
gets attacked.
justifiable.
Really?
It's justifiable
Really?
that America gets attacked. Yes,
America is destroying the whole time other countries, and poor America is attacked.
America is destroying these other countries.
But
they haven't
Cub,
done anything on their own.
Cub,
They were
Cub,
just
Cub.
sitting there
Regardless of all the flowery and/or negative words, you asked
America
when the last
Syria,
time the United States was
it's
defending
destroying
itself.
Syria, destroyed Libya, destroyed Iraq. Now it is.
okay. Do you know about the NATO forces? Do you know about NATO?
Yeah, it's this thing that is under the control of the U.S. It's the U.S. puppets.
No.
Yeah, it is.
What is the United Nations?
Okay, tell me who has the say in the United Nations? Who has the most votes in the United Nations? It's the U.S.
No, the most votes are everybody else.
Yeah, more than everybody else. No, they
don't have more votes.
In the UN, in the NATO, they have every of these so-called where this nation comes together, they have more votes than everybody else.
So
So,
no,
for
hold
me-
on, no.
for me,
Cub,
this
your
is
issue.
a hoax.
They
This
don't
is
have
a
hormones.
hoax. Okay?
You're just bringing things out of your ass here.
Hey!
Cub's complaint, as far as I can see, is the United States, since the United States has won and acted as a sovereign nation to put itself in an optimal scenario, he dislikes
No!
that. Okay.
They have more to say than the others. When
Right.
the US, when they say
Because
in
the
the
U.S.
UN, no,
won.
Apparently,
something-
you don't
No.
know anything about what you're talking about.
Hey,
The world.
you
let's go
have
back-
no
hold on a
clue
second.
what you
Let's
are
go back
talking
before the
about.
wall fell.
Hey,
Let's
get
go
a,
back
get,
before the wall-
hey,
Let's go back
get
before the wall fell.
get a little bit education, then you can.
I want a
you can
little
go
bit of
from there.
education. I'm about to educate you now. Right before the
Yeah.
wall fell. Okay, how was
How
Germany
many-
divided?
No,
Cub, let
how
MC
many-
finish. Let MC
Excuse me,
finish.
how was Germany divided?
How many
Before the wall
votes do
fell, how
United
was
Nations have
Germany
in the UN?
divided? Germany was divided into 4 areas. One controlled by the Soviet Union, one controlled by the British, all right, one controlled by the French. Now, do you know, all right, what the British would do when they wanted to activate a unit? They would walk into in the British sector, they would walk in to an apartment complex, and they did this, by the way, while I was there, and said, you know what, we're reactivating this unit. You all have 6 months to leave. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 months to leave. Tell me what the
Hey.
U.S. was like, and don't tell me that we had total control, because we have never done this. You've got it in your head because somebody has told you, well, look at the United States. It's so big. It's so powerful. And you're just seething with jealousy.
Okay, MC, you want it this way. How many outside stations has the United States? Outside here, military bases. How many?
But what does that matter?
How many have they?
How
Tell
many-
me the
Tell me
number.
why it matters to
Tell
you
me the number.
where the
How
United
many
States
have they?
as
They
a
have
military base.
No, they have thousand, and no other nation has even 50 or 20.
You do realize that most of the forces of NATO is American military, right?
That's
You
what he's saying.
are a bunch of hypocrites who doesn't even know their own history. Okay?
Whoa. Don't tell me I don't know my own history. I just know that there's more to history than you even want to talk about.
You
take
are the
all
empire.
like,
The
I'm a
US
follower
is
of an empire.
the empire.
We
You
are
are the empire. You are the
I think
empire.
we're not. We're. Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
are the. You
I'm
are
gonna
the.
hear you for a moment. Let's talk
No.
about the Soviet Union. All right.
You
Hold up.
are the empire. You have thousands.
Bullshit about your empire crap. Because
You
if
have
we were an
thousands of.
empire,
No,
we
you
would
have thousands of
allow-
military stations outside your
we
country.
don't use
Thousands.
those military stations to do
You
anything.
use them.
but
No,
defend.
you use them to tyrannize every other country.
Bullshit.
And
I tell
everybody
you
knows
what,
that.
you want to see what tyranny is? Go up on the freaking border of the DMZ in Korea. All right, you want to talk about what tyranny is? You think
We're
that the
talking-
United States is
No.
terrorizing people?
You
That's
are talking.
bullshit.
You are talking about Korea, but we are talking about the United States.
No. United
Nobody.
States is Korea. Whether you
No.
want to, you just said
Yeah,
it. We have
yeah.
our military bases. We got a number of these military bases in Korea.
Yeah, in Korea. And how many Korean military bases are in the United States?
Why would they be? They're not trying to defend the United States.
Ah,
We're trying to
really?
defend Korea. But
Ah,
you think the United
really?
States is just
Really?
throwing us
That's the Roman Empire speak, okay?
No, it
You
isn't
are
the
an
Roman
empire.
Empire
You are the tyrants, and you will go down.
No, we're not.
okay?
Did Rome do good?
Go
As you
down.
claim we were,
No,
you wouldn't even
you are-
exist.
No, you are the tyrants, and you will
Yeah,
go
because
down.
Why are we? What
I
have
am
we done?
detecting. I am detecting my life to tell the people who are the new Romans. Where is the new
Oh,
Roman
we're the new
Empire?
Romans.
It's
okay,
called
okay.
American Empire, and you are going down. Okay?
Romans for a moment. No, let's talk about the Roman Empire for a moment. When there is an uprising, like there was in Korea,
And
all
the
right,
downfall.
back in the 70s,
And
shut
the
up. Now you
downfall.
listen. Did the United States move its forces in?
Who moved your forces
Right,
in
it's
every
a claim
country?
too. Okay,
In every
did the US
country.
forces step in to do it, or did the Korean forces do it?
The Korean forces never attacked America. Never.
We're not talking about that. You just claim that we're tyrannical.
You
Okay?
are
You're going
tyrants.
to talk about your tyranny.
You
Could
are
say whenever we
tyrants.
disagree with something.
You are the empire.
Cub, when you
You are the
say
empire.
you are tyrants,
How
who
am
no
I?
no Cub, who do you mean when you are tyrants? Who are you speaking of?
The
Are you speaking about
US
MC?
The U.S. government.
Okay, so the U.S. government's actions has
It's
done things that
not-
you feel are tyrannical.
If we were acting like every other nation in the world,
No,
the-
no,
the
you
United
were
States
attacking. You were not
have
acting.
thousands
No,
of
you
freaking
weren't
stars.
defending yourself. You were attacking other countries. You are the bad guy in
I
this
can
story.
tell you
Okay?
this, but we're not attacking other countries. We're defending
are.
them. And many
No,
of those other countries,
you doesn't
including those
defend
nations
shit.
all
No,
over Europe,
you
are there
didn't
because
defend.
they asked for our help.
Like you defended Iran when you
And you know what?
when you
When the nation
CIA
don't-
when you
we no
no
longer
when you
need your help,
CIA
The
got
nation
the
says we
elected
don't
one.
want you here
No,
anymore. We
when the-
leave. You want to
when you
empire?
with your
It's-
CIA
it's-
operations
Anarchy.
that bring the elected leaders to fall, and then you go in and put your puppet in. That's your protection.
France went up there and told us to leave. Did we leave? Do we have
Hey.
any military bases in France?
You have
don't.
military base in Germany. Please
Have
leave.
military bases in France? Do
Please
we?
leave.
No,
Leave.
no.
Has the
Ami-
German government
Ami-
asked the
Ami,
United
go
States to
home.
leave? Have they asked
No,
us
the
to leave?
German
Oh.
government are the United States puppets.
Oh,
The German government caused World War One and World War Two.
Yeah.
My mind
sure.
on that.
No, you mean the Austrians. I'm German. The Austrians did that.
that seems like a scapegoat.
Explain, please.
The Austrians made World War One, and an Austrian leader, Hitler, is an Austrian, not a German, made World War Two.
Okay, but was
So
he
the
not
Austrians,
elected by the
no,
Germans?
so the Austrians, like Schwarzenegger, your California governor, they
Former.
were the bad guys.
Former.
He also was known as the Terminator.
What? I thought he's a governor.
Well, he adopted that later on as well. But we've been going at this for about an hour and a half. There's much stuff that I think I'm gonna love to clip out of this. I have a hungry cat at my door, but if everyone would like to give their final thoughts on
Well, we gotta continue the freaking discussion.
oh yeah, if you guys want to yell at each other for another 10 to 15 minutes, that's fine. I'll go have another cigarette. Continue.
What?
Means you can go ahead and have your cigarette. I'll try and
Vash is default jargon now. I'll be right back.
All right. Now, go ahead and explain how. Okay, was Hitler not put into power from the Germans?
No, he was put into power from the Wall Street.
No, he was not put into power from the world.
Yeah, of course, because every bad action in the last 200 years came from the US, and everybody knows it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right. The United
Of
States.
course, not the stupid US people, because they are uneducated and lazy and stupid. Everybody
Yeah,
knows.
the U.S. government was roaming the high seas. Every
Hey!
place.
MC,
Way back
Hey.
even 200 years ago, back in the 1800s,
Hey.
where the United States fleet was roaming around the ocean.
MC, you are the first guy I met here on the internet from the US who even read a book, okay? So I know that the US people are stupid, lazy fucks.
Would you
Don't know
consider me
shit.
as
There's
stupid
a
and
lot of
lazy?
people that are stupid, lazy.
Sorry, that's the truth.
Hey, Vass asked you a question, Cub. You missed it.
Okay.
Vash, just to let you know, there's something of a delay between when Cub speaks, so sometimes he doesn't hear things.
Oh, it's okay.
It's a little
I
delay.
understand internet being.
No, I have a selective hearing.
Oh, is that what it is?
Sorry, my English is not good, but I grab some things, and I hope it gets better a little bit.
Okay. Why do you? All right, here's a question. Why is it that a lot of bilingual or translators come from the U.S.?
Yeah, because you have the control over everything internet, because you want it this way, because you want control of everything
Oh, we have
alive.
control over the internet in China?
Who
Yes,
invented the
yes,
internet?
No, we don't.
yes. I know the internet was invented in Germany, but you have stolen that from us.
No,
Okay.
the internet was not
As you have
destroyed.
no, as
The
you have
German,
stolen every invention.
I hate to tell you this, but reality, if you want to look it up, the internet comes from the DARPANet, and the DARPANet was created strictly by the U.S. government.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Whatever.
sure. I'm sorry. Where were you? Where was the DARPANet? Where was Ethernet first installed? It wasn't in Germany.
Really? It wasn't in Germany?
Yeah, really.
So the first
I was in Germany at the time. I happened to be there when they started to put Ethernet in because it was a new technology.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
What you had from a networking standpoint is most of the stuff was going off of token ring.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Okay?
But what do you mean it doesn't matter?
How you yeah, I'm kind of perplexed actually on that. How does it not matter whenever that's exactly what you just had said?
It doesn't matter because things are how they are. The US is threatening other countries with their nuclear power, with their military, and so on. And in the media, they portray themselves as kind of heroes or something like that. But in fact, they are the empire. They are the threat for the world. If the world doesn't go like they want to, they threaten them. They go with war on them, like with the
No,
Iran.
they don't. The
They
United
broke
States
the,
has
they broke
never.
no they
The
broke
United
the
States has
Iran
never
deal.
declared a
No,
war.
they
Right.
be, no, they are never declaring a war because they are cowards. They just make a war. Okay, they
No,
are
we don't
cowards.
just make
They-
a war.
no.
You're just inventing
Americans,
your little
Americans
history
are
of
the
your own.
greatest. No, are the greatest cowards.
No,
on this
I hate to
planet.
tell you this, but every time we've gone to war, what has happened ahead of time?
I can tell you
Gone to
something.
war.
Hey, Americans
No,
don't
no, no, no,
declare
no, no.
war
See, you
because
don't even want to answer the question because you know it isn't true. You know that the United States responds. The United States is not
response really. When were you last time
really.
threatened? And don't tell me something stupid like 9/11. When were you?
Oh,
When were
no,
last time?
Did you just say that 9/11 was stupid?
Yeah, because you did it yourself and you
You're
want
a
to put it
liar.
on us.
All you are is a
We didn't.
psychopathic
No,
liar.
we didn't.
We did it
We
ourselves.
didn't do it, and I don't let you put this
It's
on us.
awful
You
funny.
did it
It's awful
yourself.
funny that
You
the
did it
same
yourself,
people
and
that
you
we are
never.
fighting in
Okay,
You
okay.
never
Afghanistan
couldn't
all
even prove it.
claim that
Guys.
they
You
were the ones that
never
did it.
even could
They
prove
were seeing
it.
the plants
There was
that we had
never.
over there, right?
There was never a
These
trial.
people that
You
were
could
fighting over
never
there, they
prove
are
it.
so beholden to us. We are having them, we are ordering them to attack Americans
Yeah.
so that we can sit there and attack them back. That's
Okay,
the kind of
Have
insanity
have
that you
no
have to
proof
believe.
of anything. You never
Yeah.
could prove
Yes,
it.
we
There was
have
no
a
I
trial.
have-
proof,
I
and you
do
have
have a
their
little
own
bit of
word.
proof here. My grandfather was part of the was working for the Royal Air Force in Iraq back whenever Osama bin Laden, in his words before he died, was a punk kid.
Yeah, but Osama bin Laden
Okay.
was a tool from the CIA. Everybody knows
It
that.
was
What
not
happened-
a tool from the CIA. You know, it's not like somebody that sits up there and has any kind of conversation with, well, that was a CIA guy, so therefore the CIA controls him. He is a total plant by the CIA.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You
Yes.
have this vision that the CIA can sit there and just talk to somebody and take them completely over. And anyone that they want to take over, they instantly do it.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single time. That's
Yes.
silly.
Yes, they do that.
If they could do that, then why don't we wipe out the rest of the world? Since
But
we're
you
the
do
empire.
that. No, you do that already. You are wiping out
If
the
we
rest
can
of
do
the
that,
world.
why don't we take over the rest of the world that way? Why don't we
Yeah,
take
but you
over
try
everybody's
that in
lives?
this second.
We can
No,
do
that's
this.
what you're doing now. In this moment, you are
That's
doing
what
that.
we're doing now. We can sit up there and just use it by taking over their minds.
Yeah, and I'm resisting.
No, man, you're resisting. You're living in a fantasy land. You're coming up with
Yeah.
reasons to enjoy your hatred toward the United States.
No, I don't have any hatred to the United States. I just have hatred for your
You have
government.
a lot of animosity toward the U.S.
No, I have just hatred on your government, not
Oh,
on
you
the.
have hatred for the United States.
No, I have
Because the
hatred on your
United
government
States
and of the stupid soldiers, but
really-
not of the stupid soldiers that's come to our country and kill us. I have hatred on them.
Your
But I don't.
soldiers, all right, the United States came over to that region because your soldiers, your people, came over to kill us.
No, nobody came from us to kill you.
Sorry, Saudi Arabia,
I'm Palestinian.
Afghanistan.
I
there's
am.
things that you were doing.
Hey,
Abu
I am
Dhabi didn't exist, right?
Hey, I'm
Abu
Palestinian.
Dhabi that didn't
I am
exist, right?
Palestinian.
Yasser
I
Arafat
didn't. Nobody.
didn't exist, right?
And Saudi Arabia is a government
What did Abu Nadal
from the
exist
U.S.
for? Are you trying
From
to say
the Brits.
Nadal?
No,
Are you trying to say Abu
from
Nadal?
Britain's. No, it's a
Okay.
dictatorship put in from the
Abu
Brits and from
Nadal,
the
is he
U.S.
a Palestinian or not?
What?
Is Abu Abbas a Palestinian or not? Palestinians doing?
Hey, he didn't do anything to you.
Oh no, he didn't do anything. The Akira Lilaro didn't happen, right?
What?
Oh, you don't know about the Akira Lilaro?
What are you talking about?
Have you forgotten about the Akira Lilaro?
What are
Go
you
ahead and
talking
enjoy
about?
and
Is this
inform
another made-up
what that
thing
is.
from the CIA? Another
It
made-up?
was a made-up thing that a bunch of Palestinians captured a cruise ship in the Mediterranean, found the Jewish American and who happened to be in a wheelchair, and put a bullet in his head as they pushed him off the back of the ship. Right?
Okay. Let's. Should we talk about that? Do you want us really
You
talk
wanna
about
talk
that?
about these people as if somehow
Okay,
you guys
I'm
were heroes.
talking.
And
Okay,
don't come
MC,
back and tell me. oh,
MC, I'm talking about that. First off, Palestine
Palestine never existed.
is occupied by the US,
Palestine
by
has
the
never-
US, and by the
when was there a country?
No,
when was
by
there a
their
nation
no,
called Palestine?
by their cunts,
I'm sorry.
the
When was there a
Israelis.
nation called
Zionists.
Palestine? When was there a
First
nation
off,
called Palestine?
I'm a proud
Answer the
Palestinian.
question.
And if you say
When
there
was
is
there
no,
a nation called Palestine?
hey, when were there ever a nation called America? Never.
There's a nation called
It's-
America when we.
There is no nation called America, okay? And there is a nation called Palestine. We are
No, there
proud.
is no nation
okay?
called Palestine.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no nation called Palestine. In fact, what you sit up there and call Palestine, right, is an invention by Western powers.
No.
Yes, because the
I-
term
You literally
Palestine
just said
goes
that 10
back to
minutes
the
ago.
Romans.
I'm
who
a Palestinian.
castigated
So
her.
there was also no Indian nation or what?
What do
You
mean
say
there's
there
no
is.
Indian
You
nation?
say.
Are you
say
trying
there
to
was-
say that nations don't exist?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to MC?
Yes, you.
Claiming that nations don't exist, am I?
Hey, 1 second. There was an Indian nation that got destroyed by the first settlers from the Americans, and they wiped them out. And there was a Palestinian nation that is now
I
in
can
this
tell you this, but
in
there
this
were-
second.
there were
No,
no-
in this
there were no-
second. No, in this second is slaughtered with the help of the U.S. and with their cunts here from the Zionist. pig-
These groups of people that are being killed, and the poor Palestinians, all right, who have shown their humanity for so long, for decades after decades, and the billions that the U.S. has given to them, all
The
right,
U.S. has
Yeah.
never given anything to them. Okay.
they're talking about. We have
Hey,
given
you are
billions
talking to a Palestinian. You have given us
to a
nothing.
Palestinian who doesn't even understand how much has come from the U.S. Treasury straight into
You
the
stole our
Palestinians.
land. No, you are.
We
No,
stole your
you
land.
and
No,
you
we
and
did not
your
steal your
allies.
land.
No, your stupid allies stole our land
Our
because this
stupid allies didn't steal the
fuck-ups
land.
Israelis, if
Whether
they
you
don't,
like it or
if
not,
they
let's
don't
talk
have
about
the
the Zionist
protection,
movement.
No,
Talking
if
about the Zionist
they
movement.
don't have the protection from the Americans, we
Zionist
would
movement.
get our land back.
You said they stole the land. No, they didn't.
We would get our land back
They were
when they wouldn't have your protection. So you are the bad
You-
guys.
Let
Okay?
me tell you something right now. If the only thing that's preventing the Palestinians from being exterminated is the United States, because the United States restrains Israel.
No, you are the
Let
reason.
me tell you something
You
right now.
are the
Be
reason
quiet.
why.
If
Hey,
the United
these
States
Israelis-
applied the same mentality and the same attitude of the Palestinians, they wouldn't exist anymore.
Hey.
In fact, when the Palestinians had an uprising, where did they go? They tried initially to choose a different state. What was that? Oh, that's right. It was Jordan.
No, it wasn't.
You're going to say
No.
the Black September, was the United States plot.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
only the United States causes
you mean,
war.
hey, you bring up CIA actions? Okay.
That
Thank you
wasn't
for
a
that.
CIA
No, I know
act, and that had nothing to do with the
no,
CIA.
No, I know you have no clue what you are talking about.
You are
Thank you for
inventing the
this.
CIA
Thank you.
to you
Thank you
has
for
all
this
this power
information.
around the world, okay? And yet, at the same time they have all this power, they don't have the capability of stopping certain things.
I tell you something.
We how you assign every freaking thing is someone else's fault.
Hey,
and
we will take our land back. We will take our land back, and then we will send our stupid. We will send your stupid allies back to the U.S. Okay, we will send them back to the U.S. Okay.
I have a question. Whenever Russia was attacking that area with helicopters,
which area?
Who gave you guys rocket launchers?
Which area?
Afghanistan.
Oh, you are confusing a Palestinian with an Afghanistan guy. So you have no clue of geography or what?
No, what I'm saying.
So when I ask you something about a Mexican border thing, you know exactly what I'm talking about, or about a Canadian thing, because it's all America or what?
No, I've studied into both.
I am Palestinian, and I'm far away.
Get it.
I'm
you said
far
it about
away
30
from.
times that you are Palestinian.
I am far away from Afghanistan, Iraq, and every other, and Saudi Arabia, and so on. But if you confuse, if you
far
think,
away from every one of those countries.
if you say we are all the same, okay, we are all Arabs, okay. So I know everything what is going on in the world with everybody.
The Afghans, you could say, are Arabic to a point.
Yeah, but they are not Palestinian.
No, they're not Palestinians. Neither are the Kuwaitis, but the Kuwaitis are also Arab.
Yeah, but they are also not
Iranians. The Iranians are Persians. They're not Arabs.
Yeah, but
if you want to go down
but you asked me. Yeah,
okay,
but
you are over in East Jerusalem. The capital of Palestine is East Jerusalem, correct? Ramallah.
Ramallah, depends on how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Our capital is not Ramallah. Our capital is the town that was handed over to the fucking Jews from your fucking president.
Okay, so the state of Palestine is currently not around Jerusalem.
Huh? What?
He's saying the current capital.
Yes, which was founded in 1988, November 15th.
Yeah, but our capital is
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, yeah.
So a city that holds traditional, historic, as well as religious connotations for both children.
Yeah,
Jews, Christian followers of Christendom.
But now Trump has gave it as a present to his Jewish founders, because every president in America can just get president if
Trump was allowed in power during 1988.
What?
Presidents have been saying that for a long time. President Trump was the first president to actually truly enact it.
What did we do? We just moved an embassy.
Yeah, you just moved an embassy. Thanks for that. And as I said, we won't forget that.
Yeah, and we won't forget you. We won't forget
Ah.
Nick Laro either.
You can bet on that. Every time.
MC, you and Cub, this banter, seeing as we started off nice with Starship Troopers, you have solidified my ending for this stream. So, yes, to solve the issues in the greater Middle East area, as well as a number of other conflicts around the globe, will
Hey,
take
we
far
can
longer than
solve
we have
this.
right now.
Memes, we can solve this. Just go home. Leave
Oh.
us alone. And then we solve this on our own, okay?
I am home.
That in Afghanistan, what did they do? We weren't there.
Afghanistan. You are
We
still
weren't
there.
I'm sorry,
You are
but we
still
weren't-
there.
We weren't there in the 1970s.
You are still there. You are still there,
We are
okay?
we are
We're in
speaking
the
on the 70s.
1970s.
Didn't we
In
provide
fact,
some?
if you knew anything about the United
Oh
States,
yeah, the Afghanistan where the
no, we're
orphan
not
comes
talking
from.
about Afghanistan.
Yeah.
We're talking the 70s.
Thanks,
We're
thanks
talking
for that.
In the 70s. If you knew anything about U.S. history when it came to that, Israel, all right, was not considered necessarily on the same level as an American ally. In fact, Israel
hey.
shot.
Israel is
Okay.
not your ally; it's your boss.
No.
You Americans do what Israel wants, okay? You are just
America does
puppets.
not do what Israel wants.
Yeah,
So,
and
who's
you are
the- who's the empire here, then? Is it America or is it the Jews?
No,
which
no,
one is it? Stay
yeah,
consistent. Stay
yeah,
fucking consistent.
Nobody would ever get confused about political
memes,
topics on the internet.
Memes. How do you call this woman that ran for a pimp? Horse. You are the horse of Israel.
I think the
think
vernacular
the
you're looking
Kelly's
for
did,
is
but-
considered a hoe in general vernacular. A hoss is like a big hoss. That means like you're getting stuff done. You're like the stud, so you actually paid him a compliment.
I mean the woman that get fucked for money. That's America.
I mean,
yeah. Well, and you know what? America has been very lenient with a lot of countries that way, and we're stopping.
Hey, I'm not afraid of you, MC. Because
And I'm not afraid of you either.
No, because I know you just would attack me if Israel pays you something for that.
No, we wouldn't
Cobb,
attack you. if
Cobb,
Israel
let
pays you
let
something.
let
We're
MC
gonna
share
sit
his
up there and
story.
respond just like you attacked us in the past. When you attack us again, we're going to wipe you out.
That's a great conversation starter right there.
I know
there
you
we
want
go.
to do that, but I tell you, try that and you will fail as usual.
So-
okay?
No,
So-
we wouldn't fail. The only thing that's
Why?
preventing us
No,
from doing that right
if
now
you-
are
if you
other
look up-
Americans.
No, if you look up failure in the dictionary, failure is equivalent to USA. Okay? So,
Okay,
So-
I'm
not
sorry
worried
that we
at all.
failed so much around the world, and yet we're so big and powerful because of our failures. We've expanded to the great empire that is everywhere because the United States is synonymous.
We-
But it's also
Okay.
being controlled by the
So
Jews.
now you confess you are the empire. That
No.
means you
That-
are
that is-
really
That's
you
your
are
you.
the bad
That's
guy.
your
You
inconsistency.
are the
You
bad
can't
guy
even
in
be
this story.
consistent with how you look at the
That is
United
satire.
States.
So everybody here, can MC share a story about a certain boat, which he was trying to do for the past 5 minutes that may actually provide a little extra context? MC, continue with your story
His
about a
face is
boat.
still red from yelling.
Continue, MC. I only say this because you've told me this story, and this was new information to myself.
Which story are you referring to?
A certain boat in the Mediterranean that
Probably a
certain
Kelly Laro?
I believe that's the one.
Yes.
What about it?
Wasn't that a U.S. based ship?
Oh, you're talking about that in the Mediterranean. That was not a U.S. based ship.
Oh,
That was actually an Italian ship.
I was okay. Maybe not that one. The ones that the Israelis sank.
The one they Israelis attacked was the USS Liberty.
That's the one.
Yeah, they attacked
That was in
attacked
67.
one that they can drag them into the 6 day war.
we didn't go
the
into the
Yom Kippur. The
No,
Yom
the
Kippur
Yom
War.
Kippur War was the Yom
Yeah.
Kippur War was not what was not the is not the war you're talking about. The Liberty was attacked in '67. You're talking about the 6 Days War. All right, and the United States was not involved in it with one exception.
Yeah, but
That was ordering the Russians not to come across the border or we would attack.
yeah,
Yep.
but I know they were involved in every incident.
Yeah. The United States, they're involved in everything. They're the bad guys for the rest of the world.
Well, everyone affects
Oh.
everybody.
No, the Americans. The thing why I kind of like them is even they are so stupid and so lazy that even in their movies they portray themselves every time as heroes and they didn't even make the research
I
when
hate
they
to tell
do
you
that.
this, but you don't know what you're talking about with the U.S. movies either.
Really?
You must have
I
missed
didn't
the
know
entire
what I thought.
You must have missed the entire culture of the 1970s movies.
I wasn't alive in the
Oh,
70s.
really, I missed them. Thank you for that. You are the first one who tells me
really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Have you
shit
done your
about
Have you
movies.
done your review? All right, of 3 Days of the Condor.
Why should I? It's a propaganda piece of shit. Why should I do
I
something
have
like
no
that?
idea what you're talking about.
So what
You
I'm
have
taking
no
away.
idea.
Wait.
You want to talk about Americans and how Americans view themselves?
So what I've taken away from this stream, gentlemen, thank you all for joining us, is that depending on your situation, your life perspective, the roles and jobs that you've had throughout your life, that should influence the way people see things. So
Yeah, thanks.
actually, I have one last question for everyone here. And I'm going to ask MC and Cub this first, and then followed by Vash. So, do you guys think in words?
What?
Question is that?
When you guys think, do you think with words?
Oh, of course not.
Of course not.
Because when you think, it's a fluid process. It has nothing to do with something substantial.
What are you
Something
talking about?
substantial.
When you're thinking, you sit up there and have a discussion within your own mind, all right, as to where
Yeah,
you're going
kind
with it from an analytical side of it.
kind of, but it's not clear. Something like clear words that are pull that are going up or something like that.
To an
It's a
extent,
fluid
okay,
process.
yes, you're right to an extent, but it also involves words generally, yes.
Yeah, no, okay. If you have a military background like MC,
No, even then, it has nothing to do with being a military
you
background.
are thinking clearly black and white. That's another thing.
No,
But
because my stepbrother told
no,
me he thinks in words too.
MC,
He wasn't a military guy.
memes. Because I think a little more differential. I think, of course, not in black and white. I think in color and fluid. But if you ask somebody like MC, he would tell you, "Yeah, that's bad. That's good. America, great." Or something like that.
I don't think it's that simple. That's why I was asking if it's words.
And it's not that simple, and he makes a lot of assumptions in his coloring while he describes me in black and white terms. I find this quite amusing.
Oh well, I just assume he's trolling you. So, Vash, do you think in words, sir? Let's let Vash answer.
All right. Now, with the thought of words, what it is it's a narrative. Whenever you're thinking, you are having a dialogue with yourself. The synapses that are going off in your brain, the electrical impulses translate into words in your head. Whatever language that you have, that's the words that's going to happen. Like, I could wake up and be like, you know what? I want soft tacos in my head. Now, it could be the electrical impulses that are going, tacos good, but it still translates into words for me to communicate with someone else.
No, that's very interesting because, like, if I remember, I think I used to just kind of like think in movies, and then when I kind of got into school for a number of years, I do think there was a good period where I pretty much kind of like thought in words, and like it never really occurred to me until I was down in Florida with my stepbrother. this past year, and he told me, like, when we were just discussing, like, we often have political debates and this and that, and we'll differ on certain issues. He's like, well, when I have thoughts, he's like, I basically think in words, and that was something where I think maybe that will explain certain people's perspectives on things. But okay, let's actually wrap up with the book itself, seeing as we've
Hey,
carried on for a
memes,
couple hours. Yes, sir.
memes. Am I allowed maybe to plug something?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah, final words here and everything. Cub, you start off, plug what you want, give your final thoughts on the book, and we'll go MC and Vash.
I don't give a crap on the book. I want to plug my next review. It's the third part in my Joe Dante trilogy, because I separated Howling and Inner Space, and the next on Wednesday, because it's Wednesday Pictures, is coming up. Finally, it's Gremlins one, where I talk about everything Joe Dante related. And
They
the
were reporting it
three-part
was
Joe Dante review series is just a part of the five-part John Landis series, which will follow. After that is the John Belushi one with Blues Brothers, and then the John Landis one.
Hey, Cub, DM me the link to
I just
to
put
your
it,
review.
I just put his channel in the live chat. I'll toss it in the description as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Thank
MC, your final thoughts on the book and anything else you would like to plug, good sir.
The book is far better. The movie is full of freaking plot holes. The book is far better. Heinlein is not my favorite author, but overall, I did enjoy the book for Starship Troopers. There's a lot more to it that Mars and several other things, but far as that goes, I do a morning stream. Morning for me. I'm on the West Coast. Doing the news review. If you are interested, please feel free to stop by. And I do a lot of different voices, and I do little piggy noises. Everyone seems to enjoy the pig noises. I don't know why.
People like farms. I like farms.
Why doesn't that surprise me, Memes?
Yeah, of course you do.
There's nothing Memes doesn't like.
Not the biggest fan of curry. But yeah, I'm tossing
Sea
MC.
urchins.
Yeah, MC, your YouTube's also in the chat there. Vash, why don't you start closing us out?
All right. Well, it was. I would say that this conversation's rather productive, but I'm Vash Lenset, the Token Dargan, friend of the fellow Dargan memes of destruction here, and what can you say about this stream that hasn't already been said? But I enjoyed the book, despite the difference of the panel. I do feel that it was a military-esque book, and it was it's a pretty decent one. I would recommend it for people that need to do like reviews on it.
Oh, a small question. If somebody is in a wheelchair, how can he join the military to vote?
Well, they have them
there,
Starship
there
Troopers.
are military jobs that aren't just combat related, Cub.
Right.
Oh, that's okay. So if you want to vote, you have to join the military, no matter what.
Ah.
In the book, yes.
Oh, so that's a perfect world. Hey, where can I sign up?
Well, hey, all we know from the book is service guarantees citizenship, so I thank everybody for joining us tonight. Cub, MC, and Vash.
And all we know from you memes is you don't do your homework.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
And I try to be honest about it because I eat it sometimes.
And also, before I forget it, talking with MC was a refreshing thing, because I normally talk to people who don't know what they talk about, but this time there was somebody who knows what he's talking about, even if he's completely wrong. Okay, but he knows what he's talking about.
It was enjoyable talking to you, even though you're delusional.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so on that, I'm gonna roll us up with some very epic stuff here because I feel it was necessary. I'm gonna
Yeah,
mute myself while I roll this
yeah.
beautiful bean footage.
Play some game music as usual, and then we can go out.
All right. Hey, thank you for joining, everybody. Peace out, everyone.